Okay, March 20th, 2024, and I am going to do my second trial run test of using polybag flat rolls for grow tubes for growing algae in the algae farm. And these polybag flat rolls are cheap, and I can cut them to any length I want, and they come in 1.5 mil, 3 mil, 4 mil, and 6 mil. So this was a 100-foot roll for $17 and on eBay. So I'm going to try it first as a trial run. And I've got some 2-inch PVC fittings because 4-inch roll is 8 inches circumference. And that comes out to about a little over a 2-inch diameter. And of course the PVC fittings are a little bit over because PVC plumbing goes by inside diameter and I need to go by outside diameter. So it's going to be the second run. I did one yesterday and the poly bag and PVC slipped off because they have no friction coefficient. It's like the friction coefficient is basically 0. So I've got tape on this time. Let me flip the video. So here it is. This is the apparatus. I've got it hanging under my lawnmower shed. It's about the only place I can hang it, but it's just tie wired up there. There's a 2-inch 90-degree elbow with a piece of pipe in it. And I'm using painter's tape to try and get a little more friction and taping the bag to the pipe with a double wrap zip tie. There's the poly bag that was in a flat roll, and that's going to be my grow tube. Comes out to about a 2-inch diameter, which is good because algae needs light to grow, and the light won't penetrate the algae more than about 1 inch. So with a 2-inch, the light can penetrate from either side and get to the middle. And then down at the bottom here, I just have another similar situation with double wrap zip tie and the painter's tape holding the bag to the pipe and just a cap on that bottom. So the whole idea of this is to use the poly bags because they're cheap, and this one was just a 100-foot roll for a test, but it comes in like 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 feet for about $80 in different mils, up to 6 mil. So I just want to see how the bag will hold the weight of the water, which I have calculated to be about 18 pounds, and also to see how much of a connection I need down here. So I don't really want to go to stainless steel hose clamps. They're expensive. I'm trying to keep this economical. And so we're going to give it a shot. I've got the hose right here. We're going to fill that up nice and slow, and then we'll see what happens. I tried this yesterday and it did slip off the bottom there. So if it does work, this is going to be scalable, because what's going to happen is we're going to have a first tube, and then this will be hooked to another tube that goes down and back up, down and up, down and up, like a radiator, so that you can put together as many loops as you can handle, which is probably going to be about 8 foot, because I'm going to have to build a rack to hold them up. All you have to do is pump the water into the very first down tube, and gravity will make it flow through, and then when it gets to the last tube, it will recycle back into the sump, and where it will be aerated again, because algae is going to need carbon dioxide to grow, and it's going to sequester carbon dioxide. And of course this is going to be spirulina algae that I will inoculate the culture with. So it's used for animal feed, people feed, turns into flour, like baking flour and all kinds of stuff. So and you can press it for the oil, because the spirulina algae has a high content of oil, more than anything else, more than olives or corn oil or even palm oil. I think it's supposed to be about 50%. So let me stop this for just a minute and we'll start filling it up, see what happens. Okay, so it's going in. Oh, I'm going to just try this real slow. It's a little difficult holding this up over my head. Trying to video at the same time. I don't have a camera assistant. I got to pull this hose a little bit. It's dragging. Adding weight. Let's try that. That's better. So the water's going to go down there. It's coming up. Oh, it's coming up fast. Hold on. Got to get a better grip here. Let's try it that way with my index finger on the trigger. It's gone farther than yesterday for sure. And this is just a 1.5 mil poly bag. So it's about the same as a grocery store bag. I don't think it comes any less than 1.5. I just want an idea how much water weight the bag will hold. And of course it's not UV inhibited. But I think I can solve a problem with that using Nick wax spray that you use on your tents and other gear. Alright, so we've gone at least twice as much as yesterday using the painter's tape to get some friction, and of course the glue, just because it's taped to the pipe and the bag. I keep an eye on the top here, because if it starts to let go, I'm probably going to get wet. Looking good. Water's running down my arm into my shirt. Can't do much about that, I don't think. It was 37 degrees here last night, but it's warmed up now. I'm just going to go nice and slow. I don't want to stress it too much. The bag blew. So 1.5 mil is not going to work, but the tape and the zip ties are working. That's what I wanted to know. So I've got some samples from a company that sells the 3, 4, and 5, 6, excuse me, 3, 4, and 6 mil poly bag flat rolls in 1,000, 1,500, and 2,000 feet. Because if I scale this up with enough to actually get some production, it's going to take 2,000 feet. Probably going to take 1,000 feet just going 8 feet up and down with 6 foot. I don't want to go any higher than 6 foot because I'd need a ladder to reach it, because you've got the 6 feet plus the fittings. So, very interesting. Blew the bag out, but it was almost to the top.